Hello, everyone. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecast, taking a look at the heart of the matter when it comes to you and your person, the connection, and just facing the truth of what's really happening in the 3D world between the two of you. So I wanted to go ahead and use both of these decks. One is my own, the Harsh Truth Oracle, and the Hidden Truth Oracle by All Things Intuitive, and we'll of course clarify everything with tarot. So let's go ahead and begin. And we'll grab a card from each deck and clarify with tarot. So whoever it is that you are thinking about, focusing on for this reading. And sometimes it's hard to face the truth, especially if we're going through some challenges and tough times in a partnership. So what truth do you need to face at this time? Well, we've got two presenting itself here. I think I'm going to go ahead and timestamp these down below because I was planning on pulling quite a few scenarios here for the collective because not every scenario might make sense for everybody. So we've got two coming through here. Stop dreaming about it and make it a reality. Otherwise, it will remain a fantasy that may never come to fruition. Start today. And then this one says, you already know it's toxic, so why are you staying? All right, so let's go ahead and grab a card from the Hidden Truth Oracle. So if you know you're in a toxic situation, if you ended up choosing group 1 here, perhaps there's a reason, of course, why you're staying, but if it's toxic, maybe it's time for you to walk away, you know, because you can only dream so much about manifesting something with someone that you're interested in, but if they're on a very different page, if they're not envisioning the same thing or not dreaming about the same thing, that makes it very difficult to bring it to life, you know? So let's grab a card from here. I look for you everywhere. All right, so let's grab some tarot here. Let's see what's going on. So for those of you who ended up choosing group number 1, and I kind of feel that you're obviously being directed to walk away from a situation in order to manifest a dream, you know, so maybe it's one of those things where you guys might have already broken up. Maybe you did already walk away, which is why they could be looking for you, because maybe they didn't appreciate you when you guys were together. And so now that they are sitting in their own toxic crap and unable to really manifest a good relationship and didn't recognize how valuable a role you played in their life. So now here they are trying to replicate what you guys had, trying to find what you guys had together, looking for you in those other relationships and failing to find it. So pursue your dreams. If they're unable to make your dreams come true, then perhaps you need to take it upon yourself to make your own dreams manifest. Okay, so let's see. Look at this. We've got the 9 of Wands. So I have a feeling that you've been through something pretty challenging, pretty difficult. You know, look at this image. It's like pushing that huge boulder up this massive hill, and it's just going to keep coming down on you, you know? It's so heavy that it's very difficult for you to get past some of the challenges. And it's so challenging because it is coming through as something toxic. Why could it possibly be toxic? Well, look at these next two cards coming through. We've got the 7 of Swords. Deception. Okay, 7 of Swords is a betrayal of some sort. It's toxic. You already know it is. So if you're still sticking around, this is definitely telling you it's time to go. Because if you don't go, then you are standing in the path of this tower. It's going to fall apart, basically. So you have to question yourself, why are you staying in a situation where you know it's not going to end well? There could be trust issues, there could be infidelities that are presenting itself in this particular batch of cards. So with the Star card coming through here, which is so fitting, because this is wish fulfillment. This is about making your dreams come true, make it a reality. But if you're fantasizing about wanting to build a life with somebody who's cheating on you, who's not on the same page, who is being manipulative, keeping things from you, hiding things from you, lying to you, then none of those things are going to pan out in a positive way. So in order to make this wish come true, you have to make it happen for yourself. And part of being able to manifest that is going in a different direction. This star card is illuminating a very different path for you to follow. That's what I'm feeling here. For some of you, your person could be represented by this King of Wands. Okay, could be fire energy here. Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Of course, that could represent you, the viewer. So you're being directed to take back control of your life. You know, be this natural leader. Be the leader in your own life. Don't follow somebody that is toxic to you. Because by taking control of matters and taking it, what's the word that I want to use? It's like just finally taking control of only things that you can control, because at the end of the day, you cannot control anyone else. You can't control the other person. If they're going to cheat on you, they're going to cheat on you. If they're going to hurt you, they're going to hurt you. All you can do is control the direction that you're going and controlling what you are in charge of, and that's you. That's your life. So you can actually get out of the way of this destruction so that you can experience this. You've got the Two of Cups right here. So by walking away from something toxic, that's leading you down a path where you can find a healthy relationship, where you might ultimately find the one for you. So you might be holding on to somebody and believing that you have found the one, but instinctively, I'm not picking that up here. There's someone else that you can build a life with and find happiness with. That's the person that's meant to be your life partner. So, you know, it's time to take a step back from this energy of the Nine of Wands and allow that boulder to come down the hill, you know, and just find a different path so that you end up not running into this Tower moment. That's just what I'm getting here. But also, it's interesting that we've got the Judgment card right here. It's a day of reckoning, okay? And so I feel karma has a lot to do with what this person is going to run into based off of their actions of hurting you, of not being open and honest with you, of being deceptive. This is a wake-up call right here. This is perhaps a wake-up call for both of you. And again, you can't control them. You can only control yourself. So reflect on where you've been with this person or where you currently are. If you're still in a partnership that is toxic and you know it, it's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to go in a different direction. It's time for you to claim a different path and find happiness elsewhere. Because if you stick around here, this is what's coming in for you, that Three of Swords. That's very painful. It's heartbreak. So I'm just getting here that this is avoidable, that you can avoid that Tower moment. Hopefully it hasn't happened already, but if it has, this is giving you the opportunity to focus on yourself and to manifest your own wishes, your goals and dreams so that you can be happy in love. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for group number 1. All right, so some lessons for sure that need to be learned there. All right, so let's move on to group number 2. So the harsh truth. What needs to come through here? And I wasn't really planning on grabbing 2 of these messages, but 2 of them decided to come through. for group 1. So here we are, group 2. And as always, take whichever one you resonate with. If group 1 wasn't really your story, you're welcome to watch number 2 or 3. That's too many. Too many harsh truths. We just want 1, 2 at the most. Okay, here we are. So number 2. Oh gosh. This is one of my favorite quotes from Betty White. Okay, so it says, "Why do people say grow some balls? Balls are weak and sensitive. If you really want to get tough, grow a vagina. Those things take a pounding." Oh my gosh, brilliant quote. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab a card from the Hidden Truth Oracle. So maybe you might be dealing with a masculine divine feminine that needs to grow some balls. Plain and simple. All right, let's grab a card. I hide behind material things. Okay, so that could be the person that you are dealing with. Maybe they're very materialistic and just not showing up for you perhaps the way you really need them to. So let's grab some messages. I'll pull from my Tabby Tarot teacher here. So for those who chose group 2, you might be dealing with a masculine. Maybe they're just working constantly. They don't have enough time for the relationship. And when you guys are together, I just keep getting they're not showing up for you, or they don't have the balls to do the right thing, to be the partner that you need them to be. And I'm also getting, for some of you, take this only if it makes sense, that, as far as the sexual chemistry, that might be going pretty well. You guys connect great in the bedroom, but outside of the bedroom, they fall short. They could also be trying to buy your love with material things, thinking that that's what it is that you're needing or hoping for or wishing for. And maybe that's a part of it, but it's not all of it. Look at this. You've got the 10 of Cups. This is what you're expecting from this person. A dream come true. Good connection. Somebody that perhaps you picture a life with them, getting married, having children someday, having a future with them. For those of you who are not together right now, maybe there's separation and distance here. This can indicate a reunion. And maybe they needed to spend time apart from you in order to realize that you're the one for them. And maybe distance is what helped them to grow these balls. That's a possibility. Let's see what else. What else, please, for group 2, angels and spirit guides? King of Pentacles. Okay. The King of Pentacles, they're not going to have any issues as far as being able to commit to the relationship, to be able to manifest that 10 of Cups. This is somebody who is secure in who they are. They know what they want. They're faithful. They're not going to do anything to compromise their integrity or the partnership. They could be very successful in their career, but we might have a scenario where a masculine might be, as it says, hiding behind their material things. So we could also have a situation where they've got everything that they could ever want in their life, certainly materially, financially. They could buy anything they want, but you can't buy love. Not the kind of love that lasts forever, not the kind that matters. So for those of you guys who are not together, maybe we have a masculine here who's not getting a whole lot of sleep. This is tapped into their fears, their anxieties, maybe on how to manifest that 10 of Cups. Maybe right now they're feeling hopeless, that they can't fix it. Five of Cups, they're feeling sad. So many regrets. Regretting what they've done, regretting what they've said, contributing to the failed relationship perhaps, knowing that you've got your guard up, you've got your walls up, understandably so if they hurt you. And this confirms that they hurt you. That Three of Swords could be a love triangle. This is very painful right here with that Three of Swords. And that came through for group 1 as well, if you resonated with part of that message. So third-party situations could have been possible. They didn't have the balls to refuse these types of scenarios and got themselves entangled in drama. And sometimes the Lover's card can represent love triangles and drama. It really comes down to the choices that they made back then, for those of you who are not together right now. Regrets that they made the wrong choices or allowed other people to really interfere in the partnership. And so now here they are, more than likely, without you. And maybe, as it says, they're hiding behind their material things, looking successful on the surface. They've got all the money in the world. You know, they've got anything and everything that they could possibly want, but they don't have you. So it's time for them to make better choices. The Lover's card represents a choice and a decision. If they really want to come back into union with you, then they've got to make better choices for you guys to find your way back. So it definitely came to an end. Okay, so we've got Gemini coming through. We've got Scorpio coming through. It came to an end. It failed, that's for sure. The old way of how things were going, it wasn't going to work long term. So maybe you, the viewer, decided to detach because we might have some infidelities going on here, or that could have also been what was happening before. If it's no longer happening now, it could have been ultimately what contributed to a breakup here between the two of you. But the one thing about the Death card is that it makes way for change. You know, the old of what was not working, that fell away, making room for a transformation. Makes sense too that we've got the Hangman right here. So maybe, Divine Feminine, if you resonate with this, you walked away from your masculine, you let them go in order to work on yourself. We've got two cards here talking about a metamorphosis, so some change and transformation definitely happened, more than likely during this time apart. And the Hangman is also about seeing things from new perspectives, especially for the masculine perhaps. In order for them to have a better understanding of what you went through, Divine Feminine, they needed to not be with you. But look at these next two cards. Look at this. Queen of Pentacles, followed by the Temperance card. So what significance is that? We've got divine counterparts right here. So you guys are actually a good match. But something happened here that broke you guys up. And then we've got the Temperance card. So it's about the need for patience to be able to fix this. They might want to fix it now, but maybe you're not ready. They have to wait for the right opportunity to manifest communication, to restore balance, to communicate. Because the Temperance card can sometimes be an indication of a desire for a reconciliation. So if we have a masculine here who wants to manifest that reconciliation, they better grow those balls and make it happen. That's what's presenting itself here. All right, guys, so that's number 2. Wow, some intense stuff, but that is the heart of the matter. That is the harsh truth as to what's going on and what needs to be faced. Okay, so group number 3, let's go ahead and see what's coming through. So if you ended up choosing number 3, let's see. What is the harsh truth? Look at this. Just do it. Just do it. And I couldn't help but look at the bottom of the deck, and it says, it's time to grow the hell up and deal with it. Maybe that means something to someone. But we'll focus on this card right here. Just do it. Okay? And let's grab a card from the Hidden Truth Oracle. So if you've been procrastinating doing something when it comes to your partnerships, I mean, that could be, just do it can mean walk away. It's time. Or take action to make something happen in a partnership. So there's this call to action for group 3. You're meant to do something here. I bury myself in work to forget you. Okay? That could be something that you are able to relate to for yourself too. Maybe you've just been burning the candle at both ends to not deal with an issue or problem when it comes to your relationship. And perhaps what you're being directed to do here is to not do this. Because at the end of the day, you can't continue to sweep things under the rug. You have to deal with it. And if that's not something you're doing, maybe that applies to the person you're thinking about. And maybe you're waiting for them to take action and to do something. Okay, so let's grab some tarot. I'll pull from my Illuminated Star Tarot, Volume 2. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Group 3. What do we need to know here? What are you meant to do? Just do it. Page of Wands. Okay. So this is someone who is a free-spirited person. And as it says, it's in the upright. Exploration, free-spirited, limitless potential. So if you're failing to recognize the potential of what life is presenting to you, maybe part of this message, it's like, just do it already. You know, choose a path that can take you down a particular road towards success, towards happiness in your love life, perhaps. However way you see it. The Page of Wands can also be someone who's very ambitious. So don't be afraid to go after what it is or who it is that you're wanting. And sometimes the Page of Wands could be a person that gets distracted, or there's this need to distract themselves. You know, that's why perhaps this person is burying themselves in work. So if this is your person, Group 3, in order to distract themselves from thinking about you and any of the issues that you guys are facing, they're throwing all of their energies into work. This is clarifying here that it came to an end. It came to an end for whatever reason. But the way I see the Death card, you know, yes, something might have ended, but it also makes way for a new beginning. Endings bring change. And that's why the Death card represents a transition. It's a transformation that's happening. Maybe it came to an end because there was something about the relationship that needed change. And so Divine Feminine, here you are coming in as the Queen of Cups. Calm, intuitive, compassionate. That is the energy of the Queen of Cups. So you're being directed to just trust your intuition and what it's telling you. Don't doubt yourself, as it says. Just do it. So if you're being called to do something for yourself to improve the quality of your relationships or your life, Divine Feminine, the time to do it is now. We have the World card. So there's a cycle that needs to complete here. These two cards go together for me. One cycle came to an end. A new cycle comes in. One door closes in order to make way for a new door for you to open. And I really do feel that the choices that you make at this point in time, it's what's going to pave the way for you to have a really happy future. In love, romance, your career, whatever it is that you dedicate your time and energy towards. This is so interesting. We've got the Tower, okay? And if you watched the other portion of this reading, we're seeing the Death card, okay? We're seeing things like the Three of Swords, as well as the Tower coming in again. So maybe we're coming up to the end of this year. Maybe this is the universe's way of saying, let the old parts of that connection go, because there's something about it that isn't quite standing on a solid foundation. And so this Tower comes in to get rid of anything that's not working for you and the relationship. So this might actually be a blessing in disguise. May not feel like it at the time that you're going through it, or maybe this is what you're going through right now. But it can be a blessing in disguise, because what's left is, when the dust settles, all that's left are those lessons that you need to learn in order to not repeat patterns that contributed to something that came to an end anyway. So this Tower, as I've mentioned, might be a blessing to be able to bring you this. The Two of Cups, and then the Magician, followed by the Temperance card. So it might not happen right away, because the Temperance card can be a card of needing patience. Part of the reason for that Tower, as well as the Death card, might be because things just were unbalanced between you and your person. But the love certainly is still here. They still see you as somebody that they want to have a life with. The attraction is still here. They want to be able to manifest union with you. This can indicate a rekindled partnership, as well as the Temperance card representing a rekindled romance, a reconciliation. So for some of you, this is actually a message for your person. If they want that reconciliation, then they just need to take action to make it happen already. They can't be burying themselves in work, trying to pretend that the issues that might have created this Tower doesn't exist. If it hasn't already ended, then perhaps you guys are going in that direction. But it's also telling us that even if it ends, maybe that actually makes way for something new, something better to come in that can fulfill you and make you happy. Because this can come through in one of two ways. Either you guys come back together, giving you another opportunity at love with the person that you're thinking about, or because of this Tower moment and things that came to an end, this could be life taking you towards a different path for you to attract someone new, somebody that perhaps you might end up getting married to someday and establishing a beautiful life with them. But I'm just feeling with cards like the Magician and the Temperance card representing reunions and reconciliations, I feel there's another opportunity for you and this person to get it right. That's what's coming through there. All right, guys, so that is where I'm going to leave it. Hopefully either 1, 2, or 3 resonated with your situation, or maybe bits and parts of each one did. And if you are interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.